So I've been using KAIZEN foam now for probably over a year, and I've come up with lots of really cool uses for it. It's becoming one of those things that I always want to have on hand, you know, like you would your scrap wood or your scrap metal and that kind of stuff. You just find so many uses for it. So I'll show you what I've come up with so far. A platform for my studio monitors to reduce the energy transfer. This wrist pad for my computer mouse. Don't ask me why it's covered in tinfoil, but it's KAIZEN foam. So here I took this old iPad box, and for my music when I'm performing, I have these little cards that I lay out on the tables, and instead of having them slop all around and get all damaged, I just use some scrap KAIZEN foam here to make a little slot for those. This little whatchamacallit here, used a little mounting tape to just make this little, this is my grease paintbrush and a couple of bobbin holders for my business. I just made a little stand out of it. Another for my sewing machine business here, I have this screw and I just use some KAIZEN foam as kind of a space filler so that thing doesn't slop around. This is a little sharpening stone, a little deburring stone, and I found this little case in my junk drawer. I filled it with KAIZEN foam so that this thing's never gonna break, it's never gonna fall out of here. Nice little carrying case. Another little holder here for my pens, some of my pry bars, some brushes. I also made this tape dispenser, so I put some KAIZEN foam in the middle of the tape there. I also put my magnetic hardware bowls in some KAIZEN foam because sometimes hardware would want to creep underneath and get stuck to the bottom of the bowl where I can't see it. So this way hardware can't accidentally get underneath those bowls. This is a sorry attempt at a little tape organizer, but I just have kind of two 45-degree angle ramps here that the tape sits in. Not sure if I really like this, but it was an interesting experiment. Here in my inventory, I have some glue that I just made a little slot for so that my glue is right there handy. I don't have to dig around the box. I also have this scalpel that I use for cutting out KAIZEN foam, and I just mounted that knife since I didn't have a case for it, and a couple blades here that I keep in the knife bin. Made this little tool holder here, put some PVC pipe in there, so this is where I keep my light, my drill, my vacuum, and you see this other little hole here so that when I unplug the light, that just plugs in there so that it doesn't get lost and I can easily find it and plug it back in. So inside my toolbox, I keep this case with my bits, and they were all slopping around in here before, so now I use some KAIZEN foam to create homes for them. Here in my garage, my toolbox, I have my drawers nicely organized. Not all of them, but I do have these two sets here that were loose before. They didn't have a nice case, so I used some KAIZEN foam and just made a little case for those, so that's kind of cool. Some things don't really lend themselves to KAIZEN foam, so I just made, this was an old gutter that I cut in half to fit just to make some slots. Here at my couch here on our coffee table, we have this thing here for pen, pencils, highlighters, cutting our pets' toenails, squirting our cats when they misbehave, and the remotes. And I love this, the remotes never seem to get lost. Here in the kitchen, I have this little station here for my AirPods and earbuds. I can just plug it right in to charge, quick and easy. It's accessible. And here's a photo of our bathroom. Our toothbrush holder was getting really disgusting, so I used some mounting tape to put some KAIZEN foam there on that little ledge. And so far so good. We'll see how it holds up in the long run, but I like it so far. I absolutely love KAIZEN foam. I find so many creative uses for it. It's especially good for holding tools and giving them a home, because when the tool is taken out of the KAIZEN foam, there's a placeholder, there's a missing hole. You can see what's missing, and that placeholder is what's very important. Without a placeholder, you don't know what was supposed to be there. You don't even know something was missing, and then that's when all hell breaks loose and everything just starts walking away from you. I'm really looking forward to see what other kind of creative uses I can come up with KAIZEN foam, and hope that it stimulates some creativity for you as well.